Very good evening to all of you.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. So, how was the Eid celebrations?
Good, ma'am. Good. Good.
It was
It's
good.
fine, ma'am.
Okay. So you had a long leave, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
a standard break.
Okay. Hope you had good time with your family. Good. So, any idea what was the last session, no, which we went through a week before? No, I mean 2 weeks before. What was it about?
Last session was this thing, the promotions and transfer, correct?
Oh, okay. Promotions and transfers.
Yeah. Yesterday.
Okay, yesterday. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
fine. So you have logged in for yesterday.
Yes, right.
yesterday there was no class scheduled for us.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
for us also no classes were there.
Oh, okay. Actually, no, those were for like different like group of students. I mean, few BComs, MComs were there in that batch. So I mean, the same like I'm more or less like taking the same, but theirs will be little bit different because we have BComs and MComs in that batch. That is yesterday's batch, and you guys are like completely MBA. So you will be having like core HR. I mean, core MBA subjects. Yeah.
I think last week we had the proprietorship, sole proprietorship, and
Exactly. Yes. Good. Very good. So what is cooperation, cooperative company? Yes, different types of like companies based on their functions, based on who owns the organization, based on the like the stakeholders who are involved in like forming the organization. So we were like seeing about that. Okay, good. So this session is going to be completely about like the interviews types, techniques, and mistakes. I mean the mistakes made by both the parties, that is the interviewer as well as the interviewee. And we are going to see about like what is actually a recruitment, what is actually a selection, what are the process, methods, and techniques. Okay, here we go. So is the slide visible?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, good.
Yes,
We have
ma'am.
still participants, okay, like logging in. Okay. I'm admitting them all. Good. Okay, so we have like many of you have like most of you are working professionals right now, so you might have like crossed this aspect, that is the interview session, and you would have like joined organization where you're working, or if you are like experienced working in 2 or 3 companies, you would have known about how is the interview process, how the interview process goes on. Okay, so these are the actual the way the interviews are conducted nowadays. Like you don't have to like appear in person for the interview. Like you can telephonic interviews available, video calling, there is online interviews available through Skype or like or through Google Teams or whatever. Online interviews are available, but there is a structure to conduct any type of interview, whether it's in-person interview, that is direct interview, or whether it is through online, whatever it is. So we have like companies follow a kind of structure to conduct an interview. So we are going to see like each one by one. Okay, structured like the companies provide the same questions, that is same order of questions or same pattern, like they follow the same pattern for each and every interview for all the candidates. So there is no difference between like the first interview or the second interview, or like number of interviews conducted in a year or a span of years. So same structure, there is not going to be any difference at all. So this is called structured interview. Structured interviews, mostly you can like see in government organizations. So they open up the portal. I mean, they call for the examination process, and they will let the people know, that is okay, they will know, like let the public know that there is this much of vacancies available, and they will know, like announce the exam date for appearing for the like particular exams. And the people, I mean, the persons have to like apply for the examinations, and they have to write the examinations, and based on many reservations and everything, people will be selected, and like finally a list will be like handed out, that is like posted in any like newspaper or in any kind of media, and the interview letter would be sent to the candidate. So it's a normal type. This is a structured pattern. This is not going to change at all, like for next few coming years. So these are called structured interview. Semi-structured or unstructured interview is something informal. So like candidates are asked like open-ended questions, so they can like answer what is like about their view about their experiences, and about the organization, and which category or like profile they are interested in. So it's completely like open-ended questions, and there is no like, the interviewer doesn't have to ask any predetermined questions at all. So like according to the flow, according to the candidate which the interviewer is interviewing, so the person can like change the course of the interview accordingly. So this is semi-structured or unstructured interview. Then we have stress interview. Stress interview is something like so they will give you like a role play kind of a thing. They will ask you like, if you are being zonal head, and or if you are like given a chance as marketing head or marketing executive. So this is the like scenario. So how will you handle this? So these type of like role plays will be like given to the candidates, and so the candidate has to come up with the solution, or come up with the idea of how they can like how they are how they will be able to handle that situation, or handle the I mean the scenario. Behavioral interviews something which the interviewee has already experienced in the past. That is maybe from his personal life, or like from her professional life, whatever it is. So like some challenging situation the interviewee would have like gone through, like somehow with the help of the seniors, or with the help of the management, or with help of the family members, or with their own like idea and like skill set, they might have like tackle the situation very well. So that is called behavioral interview. So the interviewee has to tell the interviewer that what were the challenging situations which the person has faced during his college days or school days, or personal life or professional life, whatever it is. Then problem solving or case interviews. That is, what is the most stressful situation you faced at work? This is completely about the previous work, where the candidate is having already an experience in some other organization. So some kind of stressful situation, a conflict situation, and how the candidate has like handled the situation. So this is called problem solving interview. And panel interview. Panel interview is something that not like one-on-one interview. So a group of people who are in higher positions in the organization, maybe like 2, 3, or 4, like they sit together. Maybe they may be from different departments from the same organization. They may like question the candidate to check whether the candidate is like efficient to tackle any kind of like role, or any kind of situation, if he or she is being selected for the company. Or it will be like like, where do you see yourself in another 3 to 5 years? So this is the common like pattern. The first they will start with introduce yourself, tell me about yourself, and the next will be like where do you see yourself, or what is the most stressful situation you have faced, what were your achievements, like previous achievements, when you were there in college, or when you were in your previous job, what were your personal achievements, professional achievements, and then like what are your strengths and weakness. is to completely analyze the candidate other than the professional aspect. So what a candidate is like made up of, what his or her perception about life, about the company, about the society, or about the work, what he or she is going to do. So completely understand the person before taking the person candidate for the recruiting process. So these are the like kinds of interview that is structured, same pattern, there is no change at all, especially you can see in government organizations. Semi-structured, completely open-ended questions. The candidate is like welcome to like answer like according like in his own words or her own words. Stress interview, role play. Behavioral interview, like challenging situation in personal life or college life or previous work related thing, and problem solving, stressful situation, especially in the candidates like previous work culture or previous work organization. And finally panel interview, it is like some kind of little structured questions, as well as it won't be like a HR interviewing the candidate or the CEO interviewing candidate, whereas panel interview is something where more than one interviewer will be like available in the interview. Clear?
Clear.
Yeah, very good.
Yes.
Anyone?
So these are the most like common interview questions a candidate faces. So if it is going to
Can you
be,
please
sorry,
the behavior please again?
behavioral
Yeah.
interview.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, the candidate is asked about a challenging situation or like as a critical situation where the candidate, which the candidate has faced during his or her college times, or during the previous work, or in personal life, and how the candidate has managed to like come out of the critical situation, a challenging situation. Or even if the candidate couldn't resolve the issue, like that can also be like openly be told to the interviewer. Few things it doesn't have any answer, few few scenarios it cannot be like handled at all. Few conflicts it cannot be resolved at all. So that can also be like openly like spoken with the interviewer. Clear?
Yeah, it means like the experience of the last.
Yeah, last professional life,
Yeah.
or personal
Yeah.
life, or like in his school or college days, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so if it is freshers, this is a normal question pattern. Tell me about yourself, strengths and weakness. Why should we hire you? Like organizations usually ask this. To answer this question, the interviewer, that is the candidate, has to be like very well aware about his or her own strengths and weakness, about the company, an idea about the company in which he or she is attending the interview, what actually the company requires, and what the candidate is actually having to give for the company. So a clear understanding, a clear awareness has to be there from the interviewee side, the candidate side. Why do you want to work here? Again, before attending the interview, complete study about the organization has to be done by the candidate. What are your goals, and how do you see yourself in next 2 to 5 years or 3 years, whatever it is. So for these questions, the interviewee can know like it's an open-ended question. So this is not the pattern may be a structured pattern, but the interviewee like he or she can come with like open-ended answers, open answers. So any answers is acceptable. So based on the answers, interviewer decides whether to hire or not. And for experienced candidates, these are the questions. So why did you leave, or why are you leaving your like previous job? What is the reason why you want to like join here? And when were you most satisfied in your previous job? What can you do as for the other like that other candidates can't? And what are the 3 positive things your last boss or your previous company would say about you? So mostly it is dependent on the previous organization or organizations where the candidate has worked. So the interview, that is, the candidate has to be well prepared for these kind of questions. So there are no juggling or what do you say, frivolous answers cannot be accepted while answering these kind of questions. So this is a case scenario. So before that, I would like to ask you, if in case you were asked these kind of questions, since most of you are experienced as of now, how would you answer for this? So you're planning to go for a better company, or go for something you're trying to shift your career to a for some better opportunity. So how would you answer this? Why you want to leave your job? Yes, Arshad. Yeah.
Yeah, hi, ma'am. Good evening. This is the question always I have in my mind. So if you can give me the better one, so we can utilize it in next time, This is very normal question everywhere we are getting.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine. Sure, I'll answer you. Anyone else? Anyone has any answer for this question?
Generally, ma'am, no one can blame the current company. So we can say like for a career growth, or we are expecting for our future growth also. So we are answering like this.
Normally we do the same answer, like for a better prospect, or kind of. But I wanted to know from ma'am if there is any specific which is very hard to get anywhere, or something kind of the best one.
Okay. In this case, you can say, I came to know about your organization, that you provide, very good work environment to the employees, who are working here, and very good career advancement, it's available here. So that's why I want to shift your company. So it's like, icing the cake, but this gives a positive, impression about you. That's one tip, one idea. Yeah. So when were you most, hope Arshad has got his answer. So when were you most satisfied in your job? So these according to your experience in your previous organization, or the organization where you're working right now, you can very well communicate with your interviewer. The most satisfying part you had in your job, maybe the work environment, or good relationship, a professional relationship with your teammate or team leader, or with the management, or with the manager, whatever it is, or the work what you were doing, you were more committed to your work, you were happily going for the office, whatever you like. So you can go with that answers. What can you do for us that other candidates can't? How will you answer this? Or why we should hire you? So this is a common question nowadays. Organizations ask, why should we hire you? Here you can put forward your skill sets, your professional achievements, and the way you see the industry, or see your the job, everything. Here don't mention the remuneration part at all. Don't mention the salary part at all. Instead of that, what you can do is if the question is asked like this, you can say, I'm self-motivated person, more committed person, and I'm good in this skill set. I have no good experience in this, which I have learned from my previous company. So I'm very sure I will give my best if I am given an opportunity to work in this role. So like this, you can try to what do you say, attract the interviewer, openly to say attract the interviewer. So what are the three positive things? Again, it's completely upon your previous your relationship with your previous organization, or the organization what you're working, where you're working presently. So these are the common questions. If you're planning to go, choose a different organization, choose a different career path, you have to be ready for answering these questions. In case if you are an interviewer, imagine if you're in the process of recruiting people for your organization, you're the recruiter, your HR like in the organization. So try to add these questions in your like questionnaire. During the process of interview, you can ask the candidates like he or she who has a clear idea about at least if the candidate or like able to answer at least 2 or 3 questions out of these 4 or 5 questions, very well you can go with the selection or recruitment process. So because like the candidate has a clear idea of like what he or she is like going to do in the future. So that thing you can like make. Okay, so now we are going to like have a case study, a case scenario. So Gautam, he attends an interview. So Gautam's responses in the interview processes, he has given a good introduction about himself. Vocabulary was good from start till end. And like his strengths were like what he communicated to the interviewer was he is very committed. He's a good team player. He's a hard worker and disciplined. And the weaknesses, like he believes people easily. Arshad, give me a moment. I'll come back to you. Weaknesses, he believes people easily, and he's very sensitive. He's very shy, and he has a fear of like public speaking. So previous achievements, he has taken part in various like projects in his previous organization, and a member of an NGO also. That is an added advantage. And when the question is being asked, reason to leave the previous organization, Gautam communicates that not comfortable with the team manager because now he has seen the team manager taking many wrong decisions. So when pinpointed, so manager like insulted him in front of the other staff, and when taken to the management about this issue, they didn't look upon this issue. So the interviewer tells Gautam that he will be contacted if selected, but he receives an email that like sorry, we are not able to select you right now. So what could be the reason?
Because the reason he told about the previous organization, why he left it.
Okay. Fine, but can you be more specific?
He was relaying like negative to the existing company, like that if it can make a positive employee or a benefit to the employee what he is looking for.
Okay, thanks, Joby. Anyone else?
He seems to be less confident. Like the way he presented himself, his confidence is less, and moreover, he is not able to cope up with the situations in the previous office. So if he is working under pressure, it's very as a person who is going to take him or evaluate him will always doubt whether this person can withstand the pressure that is going, especially for a 24/7 environment or anything.
Okay, thank you.
He should not talk negative thing about the previous company, as well as what I can notice, the weakness. I mean, he's a fear of public speaking, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Arshad.
Maybe his attitude. Maybe his attitude to the
attitude. Okay. Can you explain? Can you explain?
attitude towards the authority that was not positive.
Okay. Okay, fine. So thanks for the input. Arshad, is that what you were like trying to say? You raised up your hand. Is that what you were trying to communicate, or do you have anything else to say? That's it. Okay, fine. So yes, the main reason is he suddenly jumped into a conclusion that his ex-team manager is like took wrong decisions. So even after complaining to the management didn't look upon this issue. So the management may have thought, no, this is not an issue, or the team manager has taken up the right decision. So it's completely the management's decision whether to accept it or not accept it. But here we can see Gautam has suddenly jumped on to a conclusion that team manager has taken a wrong decision. So even when pinpointed, team manager insulted him because team manager would have thought, no, like if management is not opposing my decision, it means no, it's acceptable here. So why this person is no, like unwantedly creating no, like something. So better no, he can take care of his business. So in that way, the team manager would have reacted, and so Gautam has no, like taken it as a no, like insult. So this suddenly jumping into a conclusion and blindly saying that no, like his ex employer or his ex team manager is no, like wrong, because there he didn't discuss about what was the decision about. So what happened actually? So whether it's related to the project or whether it's related to no, like some other thing, no, like in the floor. So that has not been no, like discussed by Gautam. So like straightforwardly he said no, like he was wrong in taking decisions. So suddenly jumping into conclusions, no, like usually the companies think twice or thrice, no, to recruit such kind of no people who suddenly jump into this kind of conclusions. So this may be the reason no, why Gautam cannot be no, like has not been no selected. So his weaknesses, believing people easily, that's completely no, like I mean, for Gautam, it may be a negative sign. But when the companies side, no, they may see it as a positive sign, because there they want their employees to believe believe other employees, believe the management, believe their team leaders and supervisors. So that can be taken as a positive sign, no, from the employer side. Sensitive, it's a completely no, like personal factor. So that's not going to be no, like the company is not going to no see focus much on that. Shy and fear of public speaking. So this can be no, like what do you say? This can be no, like evaded, provided the proper training is provided to Gautam. So he can no, like possibly maybe in 1 or 2 months, no, he can no gain confidence and no, like he may no, like get rid of that fear of no, like public speaking. So these are all things no, which the company can manage. Being shy or sensitive or fear of public speaking, believing people easily, these are no personal perspectives or personal aspects, no. These few things the company, it is acceptable. Every human has this, most of the human no has this, acceptable. But this thing, jumping into a conclusion that the team manager was wrong and the management didn't look upon this issue, and no, like he feeling no, like being insulted no, in front of the staff. So that may be no, like 80 to 85%, no, that may be the reason why Gautam was not selected. Clear?
Yeah, exactly, mom. Is there is immediate decision? It was the sympathy of
Sorry, I didn't get you, Sayed.
yeah, Gautam was take someone time is wrong decision. It was on the spot. That's why he's failing decision. The decision may be have to take and after the few discuss. Then he should be the success.
Okay, but no, like a company runs with the management. So it's finally no, like the management, the top people know of the company, maybe the shareholders, the investors, the CEO, president, whoever it is, no, like they decide on what has to be no, like done, or what has to be not to be done in the organization, in the workflow. So if they are no, like not no, like taking too much no concern about something else, no, which is they may feel it is not no so important right now, or they may feel they can manage even if there is a no, like a glitch or no some issue no, like happened based on the decision of the team manager. If the management thinks it can be no managed by them very well, no, like they don't have to know, like look much into the issue. So like here Gautam openly no, like exhibits his anger towards his team manager and towards the management as well. So that's why no, that may no, mostly no, that is the reason no, why he was not selected. Hope I'm clear. Yeah, okay. So mistakes, common mistakes no come no, like done by interviewee, the candidates, failing to prepare. Of course no, like Without prior preparation, you cannot attend the interview, like very confidently, because you have to prepare very well. Failing to research your interviewer, not only the interviewer, about the organization. Proper research has to be done. When the organization, they have like started, what is the product or service of the company. So how many branches or how many people are working there, how many employees are working there, who is the CEO of the company. Now almost all the companies have their own websites, like just log on to their, just open their website, company's website, and like hardly in 10 to 15 minutes you will have a like overall idea about the company. So who are the shareholders, so what are the departments in the about the company, so everything they will come to know. So proper research has to be done. Wearing the wrong outfit, yeah, and sitting in a wrong posture, and not being punctual for the interview, using your mobile or cell phone during the interview, asking questions with obvious answers. That is, finally, the interviewer may be asking the interviewee, the candidate, do you have any questions to ask about the company or about the role, whatever it is. So, like, sensible questions has to be asked, like questions with obvious answers, like that has to be avoided. So, do I have to work on Sunday? No, obviously no. Most of the companies, they don't know, they don't ask you to work on Sunday. So these are the like questions with obvious answers. So I'll try to avoid these questions. Bad mouthing past employers. That's of course, and getting too personal with the interviewer. That is, sometimes the interviewer may be from the same college, where the candidate has studied, or maybe a known person in the sense maybe friends, or like relatives, friends, or something like that, or maybe from the same community. It happens, maybe from the same community, maybe from the same village or town or city. Okay, so once the interviewer and and the interviewee gets to know, there is a common like a factor between them, they sometimes there is a chance to get too personal to it. So you don't have to do that. As a candidate, you don't have to get too personal to the interviewer, because it completely shifts the like what exactly how the interview has to go on. Sudesh, please mute your audio. Let me do it. Okay, fine. Okay, so these are the mistakes from the interviewee's side. Now from the interviewer's side, making the candidates waiting for a long time. So that should be like avoided, because like if the candidates has been informed that interview like will will happen by 9:30 a.m. The HR or the person whoever is interviewing the candidate has to be available like by 9:30 a.m. to interview the candidate. You are unprepared, interviewer is unprepared, don't know what questions to ask, how to start, how to end, what are the things to analyze, how to give like points or marks, so whether to like recruit this person or not, what decision has to be taken. So complete the interviewer is unprepared. Caught between candidate and the company. Candidate may ask for no particular requirements, but personally the interviewer may feel like, okay, this employee is like very good very good candidate for recruitment, but the skill sets or the requirements asked by the company doesn't match with the candidate's like experience or the what do you say, education and everything. So the interviewer is caught between them. So one way, either he can the interviewer can recommend to the management, though this person doesn't have this particular skill set or this particular like education, this but this person is like very much experienced or good in these things, so we can take, maybe we can give him her a probation period of 3 months or 6 months. So if the candidate is performing very well, we can like take him into the process. So caught between the candidate and the company. You are over friendly, again getting too personal, you ask inappropriate questions which is not related to the professional like aspect at all. So like too much personal questions, like about us, like girlfriends or boyfriends, or how spends time in during weekends. It is completely inappropriate. That is not necessary for at all for the interview process. Using mobile phone frequently, even it is a mistake from the interviewer's side. Though the person may be very busy, but focusing on the interview, when the candidate is available for the interview, a complete focus has to be given on for the interview process only. You don't explain the hiring process. That is a most commonly made mistakes by the interviewers. They don't explain to the candidates what is the what would be the next level. Once he or she is selected, so what would be the next level of interview? Then what would be the next level of interview? How the interview process will go on? So if it is not communicated to the candidate, so the person may be completely blank. He may be completely blank about, so what I'm going to do next? Should I wait in the campus, or should go on? Whether they will call me, or should I attend the second level process? When this will happen? When they will call out my name? So completely blank about what is going to happen next. That should be avoided. You dominate the discussion and fail to listen. So boasting more about your role or about the company and how you have contributed, or your team has contributed, or about the process in the companies and everything. So mostly the interviewer will be speaking, but interviewee they don't get a chance to speak about their their needs and what is their wanting and everything. So use a language the candidate doesn't understand. Few interviewers, they use very difficult, not difficult, highly, they are very highly proficient in the English language. So they use very highly proficient English. Normal English is fine. Normal way of speaking is fine. So the main reason is the interviewer has to understand, interviewee has to understand what he or she is being communicated. So don't use high level language. Speak normally. You rush the process and miss the human aspect. So in order to finish off the interview as soon as possible, you don't have to rush the process. Take time, analyze the candidate, take time and analyze the candidate and go with the other candidates. So these are the mistakes which happens from the interviewer's side. Okay, so how this can be avoided? From the interviewee's side, research the industry and company, prepare for common interview questions. So mostly, if you are not making a good impact in first 5 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes, so they will form an opinion about you. So within that first 5 minutes, you can openly talk about your strengths, weakness, what your what is your requirement, why you have chosen this company, everything. Be very positive while speaking, and clarify your selling points, that which skill set or which techniques you are very good at, and line up your questions. Be very well prepared for the interviewer. You have to, they will be asking you about, do you have anything to ask? So for that reason, you have to make 2 or 3 questions readily available with you. So when you're asked, when you have been asked, you can very well open up the questions. Be ready to handle illegal and inappropriate questions. How do you handle it? You feel that it's completely inappropriate, it's too much personal questions which you don't have to answer. So how will you handle it? Just politely say, so sorry sir, I don't think this is an appropriate question for the role which I am being interviewing for. Simple. I don't think it's an appropriate question. That's very simple. And close on a positive note. After the interview process over, you can say thank you for taking time to interview me or analyzing me, and if possible, send a thank you or reminder note to the person, email ID or whatever, and practice very well before attending the interview. So these are the tips and ideas before a candidate is going to attend the interview. Okay, finally coming to recruitment and selection. Recruitment, what is the main difference between recruitment and selection? Is recruitment, that's a process when a whole bunch of candidates is being invited to apply for a position in the organization, whereas selection is shortlisting from that group of people who is like very well, who the organization feels that they are like appropriate for this position. So that is the main difference between recruitment and selection. So in recruitment, you can see large number of candidates flow in for the interview process. But in selection process, out of those large number of candidates, high number of candidates, very few people are taken for the final selection or final interview process. So that is a basic difference. So these are the difference. Okay, so recruitment is seen as a positive approach because all the candidates, whoever is interested in that position, they can apply for that position. So it is seen as a positive approach, whereas selection is seen as a negative approach because only those candidates who the organization feels that they are good at everything and they are appropriate for the position for which they are being selected, only those candidates are being selected and others are rejected. So this selection is seen as a negative approach. So this is the recruitment process. So first you have to prepare for the interview, source the candidates. That's preparing in the sense you have to do a need analysis, whether there is an vacancy available or how many number of vacancies available in the organization accordingly. So you have to prepare for the interview. So when is the interview date? How you are going to attract the candidates, and then sourcing the interview, sourcing the candidates, screening, that is interviewing the candidates, and finally selecting the candidates, then hiring them in the sense like an induction process, like you get them into the company system, make them sign the legal agreements or whatever records and everything, asking them for the certificates, photocopies of the certificates and the photos to surrender to the company, to give to the company. So these are the hiring process. And finally, before training can be given, before onboarding or after even onboarding, training can be made available for the candidates. This is the cycle of recruiting from the organization side. Okay, sources of recruitment. So we have already seen internal sources and external sources, transfer, promotion, job posting, employee referrals. Former employees can be called back, previous applicants who have been not selected for the previous round of interviews, they can be called for if at all the company may feel okay, let's take them again. Not again, let's take them from the the pool of the pool of candidates who were not being selected in the previous interviews. External sources, we have direct, indirect, and third party methods. So direct method is direct sourcing of employees, that is without the help of any recruitment agency. Directly the information is published in the newspaper or the company's website, and the interviewers are asked to apply for the position and interview is conducted. Indirect method, going with telecasting in the news channel or advertising through any recruitment agency, so or magazines and everything. So this is indirect method. Third party methods. Third party method is like we have private employment agencies, management consultants, and employee referrals and their recommendations. Who is already an existing employee, they can recommend or refer any person they know in their neighborhood or in their relations or anyone so if they feel they are good, appropriate for this position, they can recommend. Trade unions, they have they have a data bank with them, so from the industry. So there is an industry, so how many candidates are working there, they have the list of people available with them, they have their data bank, so we can the organization can get help from them. And labor contractors and job seekers. When it's coming to internal sources, employee referrals, existing employees can refer their the persons known to them for the position. Social media promotion, and for employee referrals, candidates the employees who are referring good candidates they will be paid. Paid in the sense they will be getting a remuneration kind of thing. Social media promotion, so like Naukri, LinkedIn, Facebook, So through this, advertisements are given, and candidates are invited, and events in the sense job fair, and career events are conducted by the company. Here I think 2 years back or 3 years back, a job fair has happened in Kochi. It was in a nucleus mall, I think so. So job fair has happened. Many companies, from many IT companies from Kakanad, and many other private companies, they had their stalls there, and they had their announcement of what are all the positions available in their company. Few companies, they didn't announce any positions available at all, but they were encouraging candidates to fill in the applications and submit in their stall, so that if at all in case there is a requirement in the company, the candidate will be called for. And then events, yeah, and internships is the best way of selecting the employees. It is offering students directly conducting campus placements, internships, directly asking the students or the final year students to take internship in their companies. So once they are doing internship in the company, the candidate will come to know how everything operates, how the organization functions. So who is who and everything, what is the workflow, organizational flow, organizational hierarchy and everything. So the candidate will be having a clear-cut idea about what the company is. So if the management feels, or if the team leader feels okay, this person the intern is the best choice to take for this position, the team manager can suggest to the management, and the management accepts, the student can be directly taken for the for the onboarding process. So this mostly happens in manufacturing industry, and what do you say, these kind of insurance companies, because I have seen mostly MBA graduates, final year graduates, they go for internship, for completing their project work, so they go to internships. So if at all the company feels the candidate is good for this position, they can directly take the candidate for their organization. So graduate recruiting, so it's establishing relationship, universities, colleges, mostly happens in engineering colleges and management colleges. So campus recruitment that happens, but prior to this, the IT companies have to establish a relationship with the universities and colleges, or it would be from the other side, the universities and colleges, to make their students getting good jobs once they have completed their graduation. So they will get ask for tie up with topmost IT companies or management companies or whatever. So once they will get into kind of agreement, and finally campus interviews happen. That's group of candidates appear for the interview at the college campus, university campus, and after screening and everything, the candidate may be taken. The talented candidate can be taken. And do you know what is the most important aspect nowadays companies see while recruiting through campus interview, other than the marks? Any idea? The most important factor the companies are looking for when while conducting campus interviews, how a student is being selected, on what criteria the student is being selected. Any idea?
Confidence level.
Okay.
No, depends their courses and education background.
Courses and education background.
Any innovation idea?
Innovation idea.
Because there will be a new environment for them, so they will work more, they will be work harder to get achieve more more areas or more career growth.
It can say more by the activity.
Activity.
They might see
Or
whether he is able
the
to solve
freshers
the
we can
problem.
give,
Yeah, one
freshers
at
we
a
can give
time.
minimum salary, salary.
Salary. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the based on the subject he's present doing in the campus.
Okay. Okay. That's it. Any other inputs?
Communication skill.
Good. Yeah. Communication skill. Yes, I'll come to that point. Yeah.
Appearance.
Appearance. Dedication. Okay. What kind of dedication you will see in a college student?
Whatever his company is looking.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Attitude.
How-
They'll get the best from
Attitude.
the college.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
They'll get the best students from the campus.
Best students. I mean, who has got no like highest marks?
Yeah.
You're saying that. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Maybe they're telling, knowing the company well, those who's knowing the company well.
Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Thank you all for your inputs. Any other input or I can go with? Okay, fine. So I was working as a full-time, management faculty in a private college, in Kochi. So it was like a logistics and supply chain management institute. Actually, it's an institute which provides diploma, PG diploma, as well as MBA subjects, for the candidates. Everything, like in logistics and supply chain management. So we were getting campus interviews. Okay, like I mean, initially when I joined, the first 1.5 years, there was no campus interview happening. We used to know, like, not we in the sense, the recruitment department, the campus placement department. So they were, trying to get in contact with the HRs of the, various companies, logistic companies, supply chain management companies. And they used to send the students, like all the students, the final year students, MBA final year students, or if it is diploma students, when they are, that's a 6 months diploma. So when they have completed 5 months, the last 1 month, used to send candidates, biodatas or resumes to the companies. And if the company feels like, okay, fine, this is okay, this candidate can be interviewed, they go with the initially they go with the recruitment process. That is, a group of students will be asked to attend the interview in person or online. And out of those students, like hardly 4 or 5 students would be like they would be recruited. Fine, I mean, they would be selected, and after training they will be they will be in the payroll of the company. And from the institute side, but I would like to let you know that out of these logistic and supply chain management companies, we have many divisions. We have transportation comes under logistic and supply chain, and warehouses, documentation, like that also comes under like, because there is lot of documentation in supply chain SCM industry. We have shipping, and we have port operations, lot of things. Okay, but I would I was so thrilled to see like 60%, more than 60-65% of the SCM companies which comes for which takes candidates for their organization or warehouse companies. 60 to 65% of SCM companies, they were warehouse companies. And do you know what was the first and foremost criteria they were asking? Send us the students' attendance. So they were asking for students' attendance. So if the student has maintained 90% and above attendance, so he will be in the topmost list. She will be in the topmost list. So subject knowledge, talent, everything, marks, exam marks, like whatever, like assessment marks, everything comes like in third or like fourth category. The first criteria is attendance. Second criteria was of course, communication skills. The the company is just seeing whether the candidate is not like so good in English communication, but what they are preferring is the candidates who opens up, not introverts but extroverts. They're asking for extrovert because communication is like a lot more important in any organization, especially in SCM industry. Communication is a must. You have to communicate even each and every employee in the like industry, in the company. So proper communication has to be made, because even if there is a one glitch in like communication, everything, the total SCM process will be collapsed. So good communication they were expecting. So students were like initially they were like feared that I mean they are not good in English, they don't have good vocabulary and everything. But openly the company was saying whatever the candidate is comfortable with, whichever language, if it is their mother tongue, that's fine, but they have to open up. So if the question is asked, the answer has to be spontaneous. So if the candidate is taking too much time to think and then answer, the candidate was not selected. So first and foremost criteria they were seeing, especially in campus interviews, they were seeing was attendance. So the company feel that if a candidate is taking more leaves, that will that same will happen after being selected for the organization. Again, the candidate will be taking more leaves. So that is not accepted. A candidate having good attendance above 90%, that person was picked first. I still remember my student Shabir. His name was Shabir. He had 100% attendance. Not very good in vocabulary, not very good in communication, English communication, not very good in subject as well. But because of attendance, 100% attendance, he was not having 100% attendance. He was the first candidate in that particular group. That is in that particular the course, diploma course. So he was the first person to beat. Everyone was why, how, there was lot of things going on, only because of the attendance. He had 100% attendance, and just by seeing that criteria, the company picked him up. And after that, they gave him training, how to communicate, how to have proper communication, and teaching, because initially 2 months was a probation period. So during that time, the company gave good training to him about so during that 2 months time, he had a good understanding about how the company works, about the subject, everything. And he was great, actually he was relating the thesis, relating the concepts, the SCM concepts with the actual work which is performed in the warehouse. So that was the thing happened. Clear? It may differ, of course. In
Yes,
IT
ma'am, yes, ma'am.
companies, IT companies, they don't much look on the attendance matter, because that doesn't matter at all. So here in IT companies, mostly how you how fast you can do the developing, or do the calculation, whatever it is, how fast you do with that, how smart you do that. So that is the criteria. It depends on the industry, who is doing the recruitment process. So again, word of mouth, that is spreading the word, that company is good, so company is looking for candidates. So it can be spread it out through the employees, and employees can spread these words to the public, and interested candidates can apply. Recruitment consultants, job portals, passive candidate research. So here this is something different, because here the candidate voluntarily doesn't apply to the company. The candidate doesn't know that there is a recruitment, there is a vacancy in the company. So passive candidate research is like the companies, organizations may have a secret information collecting team, and get to know about performing candidates, good candidates, committed candidates in other organization, maybe in a competitor firm also, and trying to contact them, promising them good pay, more than what the candidate is getting, or good remuneration, more benefits part, fringe benefits part, and trying to making the candidate accepting the offer given by the company. So here the candidate doesn't know, no, like this company has vacancy and no, like we are no, like we are no good for that position. But here the company goes to the employees' doorsteps, no, asking them to know, like work for their company. It may seem illegal, it may seem, but during the process, no, like it's acceptable. So importance of recruitment, preparing very well, no, in advance from the interviewer side as well as the interviewee side, preparing well and no, like taking a good time to know, analyze the employee, analyze the candidate, making the candidate speak more, and know, like trying to know, like getting to know more about the candidate, and know, letting the candidate know about the interview process and everything. So this way, know, like we can save lot of time, lot of energy from the organization side. So these are the importance of recruit. So that's it for today. And yeah, selection, of course, selection is like picking up the topmost performing candidates or company which thinks, no, like okay, these candidates, no, if recruited, can do very well out of the group of no candidates who has applied. So that is the selection process. So this is a process, preliminary interview, that is the requesting or asking the candidates to apply for the position, and then receiving the applications, screening, test or interview, reference checking, examination, medical examination. It's not for every industry, but for few industries it's applicable, and final selection. So this is the overall process. Job vacancy, analyzing the need and for job vacancy, then job analysis, so skill sets required for the job, and salary, experience required for the job, educational qualification required for the job, and then attracting the candidates, and then screening the applications, calling them for interviews, and selecting and appointing candidates, and an induction process, that is the training process, and employee evaluation. Once the training process or probation is done, if the company feels okay, this candidate is not good enough to know, like for onboarding right now, they can take the employee for onboarding. Or otherwise, the candidate has to go for like again the candidate has to go for like rigorous training, or the candidate may be laid off. They may they can openly say to the candidate that like even after giving good training and everything, we feel that like you're lacking in few things, so better luck next time. So that's it. So these are the processes. Clear? So any
Yes,
doubts? Any doubts before we wind up?
None.
Okay. Okay. So that's it for today. And PPT will be shared. Yes. Sorry. You were asking something, Shafi?
No, it's clear for me.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So have a good weekend. Thank you all.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am. Thank you,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Thank
Have a good weekend.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.